Just a real quick cut there to get you into a Celtic thought or two. Jaylen Brown. Where was that from, Jimmy?
It was from his Twitch stream last night.
Jaylen Brown on a Twitch stream last night talking about we're getting into tank mode and we're not even going there, he says. Okay. Thoughts on the Celtics at this hour, Mazz, heading into tonight's game against the Cleveland Cavaliers?
So again, I didn't like the way I haven't seen a ton of the games. So let me just say that. That's up front. But 0-3 to me is 0-3. And
they're 1-3.
No, I know that they won. They started 0-3 and then they won the fourth.
This is why we get a bad rap.
Okay, but they started 0-3 because we touched on it yesterday. And my point is that they shouldn't be 0-3. I don't care who they're playing. And they had winnable games in there anyway. Those are 0-3 was a winnable sequence.
The opener definitely was winnable.
Yeah, and they've since won a game. I would tell you that if they go into tank mode or they end up being a team that at the end of the year, Jayson Tatum looks at it and says, well, there's no point in coming back now because we're not going to make it. That's a disgrace. And to me, here is what's at stake in the early part of the year. And I thought about this last night a little bit. Jayson Tatum's going to make the decision. The team's not going to make that decision. They think they are. Tatum's going to make the decision.
100%.
Because in that league, if the star player wants to play, he plays. You don't keep him out. He's going to say, I'm coming back and I'm playing, and this is what they're going to do. The same way he says, this is who I think should be coach. This is who I think we should get to be on the roster. And they try to accommodate him because the star player in that league is everything. So you want to keep Jayson Tatum happy? Put the team in a situation where he comes back to play meaningful games late in the year because that's what he wants.
And I'm telling you, there's no way if your superstar wants to play, and especially Tatum, one of his best qualities is he wants to play. He posts, and he plays every night, and he wants to play, and he gives a crap. You're going to bury that?
No, you can't.
You're going to go against that? Well, what a chump move that would be. And for all the things you can say about the Celtics organization, they are not chumps. They're not losers. They don't do that.
Historically, again, when they rebuilt, they got someone else to tank for them.
And it's clear
was the Nets.
He's busting his ass to try to get back. And I think he's priding himself that he's probably ahead of schedule. I don't think that that's so much like Celtics PR nonsense. Like, see, he's going to be... No, I think it's a lot of himself posting his own stuff. Even just yesterday on Twitter, he posts 6 months with the green check mark. And any of the videos he's posted, like... He's working hard to get back, and so you're going to tank so you get to February or March, and he's ready to go, and they say, nah, actually, no, it's a lost season, so you don't have to rush back. When this whole time he's rushed back, you can't do that.
Yeah, I just think that part of the story is too important because it's about him. The thing has been about him since the day he got here, and it should continue to be about him. And so Jaylen Brown will have his opportunity here, and that's all good, and he's got something at stake too. But the fact of the matter is, if Tatum is quote-unquote ahead of schedule, or even if he isn't, the potential of coming back and playing in March, you better damn well be a 500 team at least that's in the playoff picture, if not better than that. The way they started the year to me is inexcusable. It will kill the season before it begins. Cannot happen.
So I'm trying to pull up the tweet. I'm sorry. That's what I've been futzing around here. I can't find it. Jeff Goodman tweeted recently that the Celtics should tank. That the draft is too good. The worst place they could be as an organization is in that play-in territory, 7-10, and be drafting in the middle of the first round when the X, Y, and Z, all these good players are available in this year's draft. It's a good draft. He's a big draft Nick. And so he says they should be going for the top of the draft. And you obviously disagree with that.
I mean, to me, again, you got one of the best players in the league who will be back at the end of this season. Play. Just play. The other thing is, are you going to suck so bad that you're going to win the lottery and get the kid from Brockton at the top of the draft?
I find it hard to believe you get down in that. I mean, even if you have the worst record, it's only 25%.
Yeah, you can't start playing that stupid game. No way. You want to get a pick high up in the draft, then you can try to make a deal to get a lottery pick, which no one's going to give you. So I would say, but to do that, you have to trade away a good player, and I don't want them to do that. As long as Tatum and Brown are here together, they should never have a year where they are sub 500. And I understand Tatum's hurt this year, and that changes the equation. They should never be trying to lose. Ever.
They're above it.
Oh.
But especially just with your team. I mean, Listen, I just don't think that's realistic. I still think they're going to be okay this year. I do. I expect them to hit the over. I expect them to be in the middle of the playoff structure there in the Eastern Conference. I expect them to be more than a play-in team. I expect all these things because Jaylen Brown is a perennial all-star and a borderline all-NBA player. He's a third-team all-NBA caliber player. He is someone who should have been on the Olympic team. Derek White is on the Olympic team. We've got the sixth man of the year, and what you tell me is one of the best young coaches in the game. So you add all that up against the Eastern Conference schedule that is, at worst, like a 6 seed. I think they should be 4 or 5 is what they should be. That's what I think the team is. And if they're not, it's because they're underachieving. It's because they continue to play stupidly, which is what they're still doing, by the way. Look at Peyton Pritchard's 3-point numbers or Derek White's 3-point numbers. You know, Derek White has as many Oh, this was a caller who told us this yesterday.
Yes.
Tied with Steph Curry. I think it was 44 attempts.
Yep.
They are doing their best to ruin Derek White, who's a great all-around basketball player.
He is.
And now he thinks he's Steph Curry because of stupid, dumbass philosophy that Missoula and the analysts have over there. Now the guy just stands on the line now. It's just preposterous. That should piss you off is what it should do. But I'm here for Jaylen Brown real quick. Jaylen Brown. So I think if the team is less than what I'm saying, if they're less than a non-play-in team, if they're worse than the 6th seed, if they can't get to 500 with their current roster, I think it exposes a lot of people. It exposes Joe Mazzulla. It exposes Peyton Pritchard. It exposes the role players on the team that get way overhyped. And it exposes most notably Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, back on July 13th, told Noah Dazelle the following, quote, "I feel like I'm very talented. I'm one of the most talented people in this league, on this planet, I feel like. I'm looking forward to showing the world more." Okay, so Jaylen Brown, in his own words, says he's one of the most talented people in this league, on this planet, and he's going to show the world. Did you hear his quotes yesterday? Here's what Jaylen Brown said yesterday when asked about it. He said, well, headline, Brown asks fans for patience after first win. Quote, "It's going to take some time. We lost 4 All-Stars last season." Let me just stop on that real quick. Okay, so first of all, before the season, he tells us he's one of the best players on the planet, and he's looking forward to showing everybody that. Then they get off to a 1-3 start, Mazz. And he says, well, this is going to take some time. Wait a minute, Jaylen. No, sir. If you're one of the best players on the planet, even if you're surrounded by a bunch of bums, you're at worst a middle-of-the-pack team. You're not 1-3. You're 3-1, or you're whatever. You're a 5 seed in the Eastern Conference. So you don't get to have it both ways on that one. Are you the best, one of the best, most talented players in the league? If so, then the team's going to win their share of games. But it's going to take some time, he said yesterday. We lost 4 All-Stars last season between Al, Drew, Kristaps, and Jaylen, or JT. Was Al Horford an All-Star?
At one point in his career.
Like 15 years ago.
Right. Exactly.
I've got emails on this, too. I think this has been a talking point among the Celtics media. Well, they lost 4 All-Stars. What do you want? And I've just let it wash over me. Like, oh, yeah, they lost some. But then wait a minute. Who are the 4 All-Stars?
Horford's last NBA All-Star selection was 2018.
So 7 years ago. Okay, so we lost 4 All-Stars last season between Al, Drew. When was Drew Holiday last All-Star?
I was just looking that up because he's another one. Anyway, go ahead.
When was he last an All-Star?
Hold on.
Twice in his career. He was an All-Star.
22-23.
So that's recent,
Yeah.
but okay. He's been playing for like 15 years or more, maybe. He's a 2-time All-Star.
Yeah.
Okay. Kristaps. When did Kristaps start playing last year?
Oh, gosh. It was, halfway through the season.
I was going to say, wasn't he out the first 2 or 3 months of the year?
I think so. He played 42 games.
Okay, so you were without him for half the year last year.
And he made the All-Star once.
Last time he did it was the 17-18 season.
Okay, so 1-time All-Star Kristaps Porzingis, who missed half the year last year.
Yes.
2-time All-Star Drew Holiday, who's made it twice in how many ever years he's been in the... Al Horford, he's counting, who was last an All-Star 7 or 8 years ago. JT, I'll give you. But listen to this quote. He actually said this. We lost 4 All-Stars last season between Al, Drew, Kristaps, and JT being out. Luke is an All-Star, ... in our hearts.
Cornette, I know that's ridiculous.
He said Luke is an All-Star in our hearts, which is like saying, well, Bailey Zappi's a good quarterback in our hearts. Luke is an all-star, quote, ... in our hearts. But we lost some big-name players. We didn't lose one guy. We lost 5. So to replace those guys does not happen overnight. I would say that, and it doesn't happen in a week either. So I'm looking forward to growing with this group. Oh, my God. Spare me, people. Spare me. You haven't lost Kristaps Porzingis over the first half of last year. He wasn't here the first half of last year. You didn't lose him at this juncture. You lost him down the stretch. You haven't lost him yet. He wasn't here last year. You're really going to talk about Luke Cornette to me now? Pathetic. That's sad. Oh, we lost Luke Cornette? Oh, God. And we lost All-Stars Al Horford and Drew Holiday, who are older than rope and have only been All-Stars a couple of times and not for years.
Combined, what are those guys, like 75?
So what are we talking about? Talk about excuse? Wait, Jaylen, it was just 3-4 months ago you told me you were one of the best players on the planet.
Bad sign.
And I can't wait to show you. So in July, you're one of the best players in the planet, and I can't wait to show everybody. Now they lose 3 of their first 4, and, well, what do you want? We lost Kristaps Porzingis and Luke. And 5 All-Stars because Luke is a quote-unquote All-Star in our hearts? Oh, that is sad. Come on, dude. No.
See, I still look at it as 0-3 to start, 1-0 since.
So, and here's another one real quick. Yeah, Jaylen Brown said we're kind of seeing what we've got, putting guys in the best position to maximize their potential. I think both I and Joe are looking to kind of figure out those moving parts.
The co-coaches?
I and Joe.
Yeah.
And I'm first.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how all these things. Oh, I'm sorry. I and Joe are trying to figure out how all these things are put together. So Brown certainly carries himself like this is his team and he's an NBA superstar because this is what the league is. The top player, the number one, runs the show. He runs the team. He runs the show. It all spins around that player. So Jaylen Brown certainly thinks he's that, and he's certainly talking like that because I and Joe are going to figure this out. You don't then get to go 1-3 and say, well, what do you want? We lost 5 All-Stars and this is going to take time. No, sir. If you're that player, then you're that player and the team doesn't suck. You're at least average. You're at least a 500 team. That's just the way it works in that league. So, sorry. If they're not a 500 team, Jaylen Brown is exposed, is what I think.
Oh, he's a big part of it. I mean, again, the whole thing's built around him now.